Greetings, Envoys! Sci-Fi Fan here with another Soulframe Lore video. Today we're venturing into the depths of Midrath to uncover the mystery of the Mines of Borro, a haunting labyrinth of tunnels that became the final resting place for many who entered. Before we begin though, a quick reminder, Soulframe is still in its pre-alpha stages, so details may change before release. With that being said, let's get into it. The Borro mining complex began as a tin extraction site during the Quiet Years, the era after the felling and the disappearance of the Fae, but before most of the recorded history that we know today. Long abandoned for reasons unknown, the Mines of Borro were rediscovered during the Cassid occupation of Midrath in the year 401. When several Cassid foremen vanished within its depths, though, General Agnes sealed the mine for good. The codex entry that we have for the mining complex preserves several letters written by one of the lost foremen. These are addressed to someone called Dolce, which based on context is either a loved one's name or a salutation similar to my beloved. Dolce, more's grace this letter finds you. 'Tis a far flight cross foreign fields for little Pico. Caged and covered on the ship though he was, his eager chirpin' still to find his way home to you. So's am I, though it won't be for some time I'm afraid. Fairneck has us in the old tin mines trying to scrounge up some wealth for New Cassia. Not my cup, but better in war. Tell Marta Poppy says hello. From this letter, we learned that the foreman traveled with the Cassid military to Midrath and even brought a canary named Pico. General Agnes, nicknamed Fairneck, sent his men into Borro hoping to bring back wealth for New Cassia. Other codex entries that we have describe the Cassid occupation as long and grueling, costing many lives. King Fin Jotar and his loyalists even managed to wage an insurgency from the undercity of Dermak during this time. It's no surprise then that the writer preferred dangerous mines over open battle. Marta was likely his daughter, while Poppy seems to mean father in this context. The most striking detail here is Pico the canary. In real history, canaries were used by miners to detect toxic gases like carbon monoxide. It makes sense then that the Cassids might use Pico here for the same reason. The second letter shows the first signs of trouble. Dolce, I figure you never saw my last letter. Poor Pico's been turned about something awful. A tin mine is no place for a canary. Especially now that we stopped coming up for air between digs. Digs, we call them, but there's still no tin. Tell that Furbino for a laugh. These dindies dug so far down there's nothing left here to take. We just keep marching, as Fairneck says. Love to you and Marta. Here we see the canary becoming disoriented. Whether this was caused by poisonous gas or something stranger isn't clear, but it's obvious that the Cassids were in danger. The fact that they pressed on despite poor yields and failing health shows just how determined General Agnes was to keep digging. The foreman also wonders if his earlier letters were ever delivered, a detail that could point to censorship by Cassid High Command. The third and fourth letters reveal the true horror of the Borro mining complex. Dolce, the tunnels have changed. What was once narrow and jagged has gone all wide and smooth. Should be a lucky break, but found some etching on the wall the likes we've never known. Not Dundies or nothin'. Old Vinzi says he heard what wrote it echoing deeper. I bet you and Marta are at home laughing at Poppy's old fables, but these minds change a man. Dolce, reckon this letter'll be my last. Pico's looking dour, and I don't expect he'll come back. For the best. Nothin' so bright as him belongs this low. And low we are. Vinzi's gone off somewhere and we all forgot which way's up. Tell Marta Poppy'll be home soon. These final accounts suggest the Cassids may have been after something far more valuable than tin. The sudden shift from jagged tunnels to smooth-walled chambers etched with strange markings hints at ruins left behind by the Fae, or maybe even something older. General Agnes may have believed there was a treasure or power that was worth the sacrifice of his men, despite the mounting danger. One theory I've raised before is that the Ode may have visited Midrath long before humanity or the Sprout folk, possibly even fighting the Fae. Could the Cassids then have unearthed remnants of an Odin sky tower or some lost Ode technology? The strange sounds, the disorientation, the loss of memory. These symptoms echo the effects of the Ode's spell song on the Night Maidens during the Odin invasion of Midrath. Supporting this idea, the only other codex entry that we have on General Agnes notes his obsession with stars. He converted Dendrit towers into observatories and filled them with astrologers from across Alka. Officially, this was because Midrath's skies were clearer than his homelands, but perhaps it was spurred by something extraterrestrial that he found beneath the Mines of Borro. Of course, it's also possible that the mining complex has nothing to do with the Ode or the Fae. Soulframe's writers may simply be drawing inspiration from the Mines of Moria in Lord of the Rings, setting up the reveal of a monstrous Balrog-like foe for players to face. Whatever the truth, the Mines of Borro remain one of Soulframe's most chilling mysteries, a place where greed, fear, and the unknown all collided in darkness. Were the Cassids undone by ambition, by an ancient faith secret, or maybe by an owed presence that was better left unburied? Until the story is revealed, the Mines of Borro stand not just as an abandoned mining complex, but as a graveyard of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Midrath's shadowy past. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Soulframe lore. Until next time, may Mora's grace guide your path.